Good morning, everybody. It's Fight CPS with Mike Bartz. I'm happen to be Mike Bartz, and it's Tactics, Tricks, and Traps by CPS. Got some good news and some bad news. Went to court this morning for my tasing incident, and they dismissed the charges, so that's gone. So that's the last one that I have to deal with. Oh, it's just great. Good morning, Sea Viper. I see Viper 23. You're gonna have to give me a different name than that. I mean, I'm sorry. I meet so many different people. But anyways, long story short, they dismissed the charges, which is fantastic. Or it's Corey. Hey, Corey, how you doing, buddy? So that's fantastic. Life is great. Life is grand. Got to spend a majority of the weekend with my daughter, so that just puts me over the moon. That just is, absolutely everything I wanted. So life is good. Now for the bad news. The bad news is this is my last show. I've accepted a full-time position with the local city, and it's just going to be too much of a conflict, and there's no other time slots available for my show. So this is going to be my last show. So let's have some fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about today? I hate to repeat myself on my last show, but the traps, tricks, and tactics that these fools use, these people are evil. I'll run them down again real quick. If they're knocking on your door, do not answer the door. You are not required by law to talk to these people. I suggest you don't. I suggest you exercise your Fifth Amendment right and shut up. It doesn't matter if there's cops standing outside knocking on the door. If they have a warrant, trust me, they're not going to knock. They're going to just come in. Whether you're there or not, they're going to come in anyways. So it is what it is. Just don't answer the door. Don't answer their phone calls. You don't have to. You just don't have to. You don't have to, and you don't have to talk to them at all. Exercise your Fifth Amendment right. And whether you have an attorney or not, look at them and say, "Hey, contact my attorney." And they're going to ask you for the name of the attorney. Just tell them I'm not answering any questions, and just play it off like that. That's number one. Just do not even get involved with these people, because their standard of facts, or the standard of truth, is way down here, folks. They can enter hearsay in a court. They can take your children just based off of allegations, true or false. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I was going through their handbook earlier on the federal level CPS website. It's called the Guide for Caseworkers, Child Protective Services, and they go into everything. It looks like this on the front page. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but that's what it is. And they'll go into it's really good information if you ever get a chance. Core conditions for helping relationship, techniques for building rapport, the use of authority in child protective services. And then they go through intake assessment, case planning, the intake process, intake information and analysis, the initial assessment and investigation characteristics, initial assessment, case planning, service provisions, family process, case closure, and effective documentation. And it's everything for the CPS worker. It's not for you. It's not for them, but it's for them. But it gives you an idea on how they operate. And it's really funny because one of their techniques for opening what they call effective communication with the family, resistant or a non-compliant family, which is me, by the way, is to mirror your speech pattern and your body language and all that stuff. So if you see them just sitting there mirroring you, you know what they're up to. They're playing games. They're just trying to get you on their side. So, Corey, you got some good news for us? Give me some good news. Yeah, give me some good news, brother. Good morning, Melissa. How are you, darling? Fight for custody of my daughter now on filing motions, and that's from We Are All Human. Good for you. I hope that goes through for you. I hope you had the same luck that I had today in court. Like I said, they dismissed the resisting and all that and all that stuff. They dismissed the resisting police officer for the day that I got tased. They dismissed that case, so I'm free and clear. So I'm open and willing to piss somebody off. So let's do this. All right, Corey. All right, I get you. You know, we're all alive. That's good news. But anyways, like I said, this is my last show. We're just unable to find a time slot for my big butt that works with me and our producer, which is totally understandable. I mean, just, you know, piss poor planning on my part does not constitute an emergency on anybody else's part. Excuse me. And Grace, our producer, she's accommodating and is all day long. She really is, and she's good at her job. But because of time differences between me and the East Coast or West Coast and Central time frame, and the other shows that are, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know why my throat's so dry. Sorry about that, folks. Jamie Lee. Boy, there. Now you want to talk about a woman's got her hands full. Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee, how you doing, darling? Much love in light. What is that? She's commenting off of Facebook. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But sorry about my throat. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I guess I need to smoke another cigarette. But anyways, so like I said, this is my last show. We just gotta move on, folks. Don't stop the fight. Do not stop the fight. Do not stop spreading the word. You have to spread the word. You have to protect your children. You have to protect everybody you know, care about, or even met from these evil people. I mean, you just got to spread the word. Michelle Croswell Robinson, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Why are you stopping? I'm getting questions all over the place. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to keep up here. Because I took a job, Jamie. I'm going to work for the local city, municipality. So the time frame I just can't do this show. I can't do this show and work for the city at the same time. Too much of a conflict as far as time. I might be able to slide out for 30 minutes or something like that, but I won't be able to do an hour at a time. But anyways, Francesca, you gotta love that name, Francesca. That name is just awesome. You should be like a movie star or something, or at least a singer or something. I mean, Francesca. If I had that name, I'd be on Guinness World Records or something. I mean, my name would be on a plaque somewhere. But anyways, I'm sorry, but yeah, just don't stop your fight against these people, folks. Do not stop. Anybody that I've had contact with, anybody that I've helped or attempted to help, I'm not done helping you. I'm going to keep helping you. I'm just going to keep right on moving on. I'm going to continue to spread the message. I'm going to continue to spread the word. Do not talk to these folks. Do not answer your doors. Educate if you got school age kids, school them, teach them about their Fifth Amendment right. Tell them to shut up. I know it's a different world than when I grew up, but when my mom and dad said, shut up, don't talk to anybody. You shut up, and you didn't talk to them. Otherwise you got nodded on the head, or you got smacked with more than just a slipper. I mean, you got the wooden spoon, or go pick a tree branch and bring it back. Excuse me. Now, my dad was 6'11", and he weighed 560 pounds. When that man swung a branch, I mean, he swung the whole tree. I mean, and he cracked you on that backside, boy. You knew what was up right then. But yeah, so just keep spreading the word. Just let everybody know that, CPS is evil, and that they will manipulate you. They will hassle you. They'll destroy your life. They will separate mom and dads. They'll separate husbands and wives, boyfriends and boyfriends, girlfriends and girlfriends. They'll separate you, whatever. I mean, if they want to destroy the family. I don't know why that's their operator or their motive, but their MO, but that's what they do. I don't know why they do that. Because I mean, when this all started with me and my wife and our daughter, I was a dedicated father. I mean, I was a dedicated father. She's a dedicated mother, and there's absolutely no question about that. But they immediately gave us 2 attorneys, and they completely separated us as far as in court, and as far as, our living situation. I mean, they almost said, if we see you 2 together, we're not going to help you, or we're going to continue to keep your daughter. And I mean, they didn't say those words. Now, they didn't say those words until I got into a meeting with the district attorney and the head of CPS or DSS here, or CPS here in my county, and then, I mean, and I've got it recorded. They looked at me dead in the eyes, and they said, we're good with you and your baby. We're good with the mom and the baby. We're just not good with you and mom. So you guys got to call this quits. You got to move on. You got to do something. But, with the baby, you guys are great. But, with you and mom, the issues, you and your mom, stay apart. And as long as we stay apart, they will give our child back. And we got our child back. It took us, 6 months, 8 months to get our child back. Oh man, I've never been so devastated in my life. And then you guys out there, I'm sorry for you guys out there. I mean, the women, I understand you guys carried these children inside of you. You gave birth to them, and it's a pain that I couldn't imagine you're enduring during this whole process. But for us guys, you're redhead stepchildren. You're dismissed. You're unimportant to these people. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't care about what you're going to do. They don't care about any of that. But yeah, so they're just out to destroy families. All their reunification stuff is BS. And they will pull that in a heartbeat. Jamie knows this. Jamie knows this as well as anybody. And then I have some friends that live in South Carolina. They do the same thing. They were all set up and lined up to get reunification. And then all of a sudden, bam, switched over to termination. So, I mean, they will switch it up on you in a heartbeat. I mean, so you just got, and this is stuff they do. They'll do everything they can to keep you on your heels and not let you fight the fight that you're supposed to be fighting, and not let you pay attention to what you should be paying attention to. I mean, they're like magicians. They're over here with their hands going right here, and they're smacking you in the back of the head with this hand. I mean, that's just what they do. They divert your attention away from what you should be concentrating on. And they will jack you up. I'm telling you, they will jack you up. They don't like men being men anymore. I mean, I don't know what that's about. They don't like men to be men anymore. I mean, I come from a different generation. I'm a baby boomer. I was born in 63. So I'm like really damn old. My wife is 30 years younger than me. So, I mean, totally 2 different generations. But I hate to say it, but the generation where I grew up, the men were the men, the guys were guys back then, if you cry, I'll give you something to cry about. This is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. That type of stuff. Now they want these men to sit down to go pee. What's that about? They want these guys to express their feelings. When I grew up, you express your feelings, well, you were put in a nut home. I mean, that's just the facts. I hate to say it, but that's just the way it goes. Their number one thing is drugs. Statistic wise, they remove more kids due to drug allegations than anything. It's like, why is that important? Why is that important? Because that's what they do. If they can't pin something on you, or if they can't say it's domestic violence, if they can't say it's drugs, if they can't say it's conditions, home conditions, or anything like that. Yeah, you're right, Francesca. It's any kind of addiction they say you have. Drugs, alcohol, domestic violence, home conditions. I think those are the top 4. Excuse me again, my voice and my throat's dry. Sorry, I'm just going to keep drinking my coffee. And I drink my coffee black. I don't turn it into a candy bar. I don't know how y'all drink that stuff. A candy bar. I rather lick a candy bar than drink coffee that tastes like that. But anyways, just don't stop. Don't stop fighting. Don't stop paying attention to what they're doing, because like I said, they're magicians. They'll divert your attention. They'll catch you, or they'll make you look a different direction and kick you in the back of the head from another direction. They're always looking for a reason to get you. Just don't talk to them, because the less that you talk to them, the less they can use against you, if that makes sense. There's no such thing as this will not be used against you in a court of law, because they'll use every damn thing. And if you don't say what you want them to, or what they want you to say, they will make it up for you. I'm sorry, folks. Man, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time today. Must be allergies. I don't think it's COVID. Oh, but yeah, I think it's just allergies. Is it that time of year again? I thought it was just spring. But I just can't seem to get enough to drink today, and my throat is just so dry and scratchy. Lemon tea and honey. Thank you, Francesca. I still love that name. You need to be a movie star or something. I can't see your picture, but you need to go to Hollywood with that name. But I was talking to a friend of mine, Melissa. Melissa. She has a show also. Now, you want to talk about a woman that has the facts and has the information. Oh my gosh, Melissa, you guys go see her show, and it's just unbelievable. She is such a professional. She is knowledgeable, and this woman has contacts all over the state, or all over the country. I'm sorry, all over the country. If you need an attorney in Florida, if you need an attorney in Colorado, if you need people to come in and testify for you, professional witnesses, this woman has all that information. And it's really funny, because I was talking to her, and she was telling me about the way she was raised and the way she grew up. And it's really strange, because when you talk to her, she's just so knowledgeable. You would not believe the adversity that this woman has gone through. And she has learned through that adversity how to educate herself to fight. Okay, I'll say it straight out. She was pure hellion. She was trouble all day long. She was just a bad kid. All right. So through that adversity, she learned how to fight all this stuff and became very knowledgeable. And now she's fighting with CPS. CPS loves her. The judge, not so much. Now the judge is her biggest nemesis. And that's another thing they'll do to you. That's another one of their tactics and tricks and traps. They will, the CPS will act like you're best friends with you. And then you got the district attorney that represents CPS in court. And I mean, they can be a little bit intimidating, but remember, they put their pants on the same way you and I do. So, I mean, you can get past that. But now when the judge don't like you and takes to targeting you, hold on, because it's just going to get ugly. It's just going to get ugly. I need help in Pennsylvania. The backwards state doctor Fowler supposed to message me. She hasn't. Can you pass along? Yeah, I'll pass along to Dr. Fowler to get a hold of you. I don't know I haven't talked to you in a week, Jamie. So I'm not sure what you got going on. Last I heard, you were in the hospital. I thought it was for mental, but it's not. It was for something else. But anyways, Dusty Nixon, any advice for someone who just got a call last Friday and she's saying, I only had 24 hours to talk to her and let her see my kid? Yeah, ignore her ass. Dusty, do not get involved. You do not. If they, I mean, that's just how they love to intimidate. If you're intimidated by them, you're scared of them, then you got to do what you got to do. But I'm just telling you, and I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not anybody other than a parent that has dealt with CPS. And I know some state laws, and there's nothing that requires you to talk to them. If you do talk to them, less is more. I mean, if you're going to talk to them, Dusty, less is more. Just let them read out the allegations to you. Do not defend yourself. It's going to piss you off. You're going to feel defensive. You're going to feel like you need to. Just don't. I mean, if anybody in the comments has any more information for Dusty, he's on Facebook and he's coming in from Facebook. And his question is, any advice for anyone that just got a call last Friday and she says she wants to talk to me, and I only have 24 hours to talk to her and let her see my kid? What's your advice, y'all? Come on, kick it out. Let's see if I'm the only one that feels like this. I say don't. I say avoid them. Jamie Lee says don't talk to them. It's a lie. I don't know what to do, Dusty. I mean, you're more than welcome. But Jamie Lee says it's a trick, and it is. I actually had Melissa says this way you have a police report showing that you were cooperating and someone else to document that your child is healthy. I must have missed a message from Melissa. Let me go back up here. The way to have your kid viewed, and this is from Melissa, and have the police officer tell CPS that your child is safe and healthy. Like I said, Melissa is, she knows what she's talking about. I mean, I follow Melissa's advice on everything that I deal with on a personal level, as well as in CPS court or family court. She has not, led me wrong at all yet. She has not led me wrong at all yet. But yeah, and Francesca says, because they're going to use that against you and say that they are concerned for your child, and they can get a court order. Yeah. I mean, they can get a court order for anything. But like Melissa's saying, take them to the police department, have them check it out, have them check the child out and make sure they're safe and they're protected, or somebody, an advocate for you. There's somebody that will intercede for you. But I say you don't talk to them. I say you don't even deal with them. Let them push it. There's nothing they can do. It's not like they're going to It's not like they're going to kick your door down to check your refrigerator. They're not going to kick your door down to come see if you got plug outlet covers on them. They're not going to do that. You can answer the door and just and then let them introduce themselves. Make sure you film it, the video, use your phone, video, record everything if you're going to deal with these. Record everything, because then everything, they're going to hate being recorded. And just tell them, look, this is my house, this is where I live, and this is my child. We are recording. If you don't like it, move on. But yeah, I was going somewhere with this. But anyways, if hear the allegations and then just shut up. Don't say another thing. Just listen to the allegations. Oh, that's what I was going to say. And tell them that you refuse to talk to them on the basis of your constitutional rights. You're exercising your Fifth Amendment rights. Open up phone book, find a lawyer and say, hey, contact my lawyer, and just give them a phone number to a lawyer that's not even representing you. I don't give a shit. But anyways, just give them the name of a lawyer and tell them, contact my lawyer. I'm not answering your questions. What's your lawyer's name? I'm not answering your questions. Just play stupid. You're not seeing my child and you're not talking to me unless you talk to my attorney first. All right, Dusty? All I can do is wish you luck, Dusty. I don't know why they're contacting you. Do you know what the allegations are, Dusty? Melissa Hurd, Hera says, the police officer's testimony is stronger than a CPS testimony. You don't know what the allegations are, Dusty? Well, are you curious? Or, is it something that you want to talk to them about? I wouldn't be curious, because allegations can come from a pissed off boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. It can come from mom and dad being mad at you. It can come from your sister being mad at you. Next door neighbors, you cut the branch off their tree and they're mad at you. So allegations can come from anywhere. And Dusty says they're in Texas, and no, she don't want to know about it. Melissa says, call the woman back to demand to know what the allegation. See, I say that's dangerous. I like I said, I don't go against Melissa. If Melissa says do it, then I suggest that you listen to her. But I say you don't do it. I say you do not contact them. Do not schedule a meeting. Do not get involved with them. But yeah, it's just, that's what I say, but that's me, because I know what happened. It was, with me and my wife and our child. I knew about CPS, and I knew about some of the BS that they pulled. So I knew never to just answer the door. I just don't answer the door when CPS comes knocking. And I knew not to do that. But the bad thing is I didn't share information with my wife. And my wife did. She opened the door and she started talking to them. And these people just, they're slick. They're slick folks. Yeah, they're slick. You got to watch them. They ask a lot of leading questions. And if you got anybody that's, anybody that's just a normal citizen that wants to comply and wants to get along and wants to avoid trouble, they take advantage of that. They'll lead you right into a path of self-destruction. They'll lead you right into a path of basically signing these safety plans, or these safety plans that these folks come up with. That's the number one way they take children in this country. Number one way. They'll have you sign this safety plan to see, well, we're just here for your children. They're concerned to your children. That's what they say. Here, saying, we won't mess with you. We'll give you all these resources. We won't do anything. Dusty, your kid's 16 and a half years old. Educate them. Tell them, do not talk to these fools. Do not, because they'll go into a school and pull that 16 and a half year old out and they will push buttons. So educate that child, Dusty. Educate that 16-and-a-half-year-old. All right, very good. You did. Glad to hear it. Yeah, safety plans is they once you sign it, it's like you got a contract with them. I don't know what that's about, but once you have that contract, and they do it all under the guise, oh, we're doing it for the child. And of course, and they're going to sit there and go, well, you don't want to do anything that's safe for your child. You don't want to protect your child. You don't want to ease their concerns, over the safety of this child. You don't want us to think that you're being a bad mom or a bad dad. I mean, and they'll humiliate you. And they will, force you to sign the safety plan. And once you sign that safety plan, it's a contract. And if you do anything sideways in that contract, they're coming to get your kids. And I'm telling you, and they're coming hard, and they're coming fast, and they're going to come often. They will come hard, come fast, and they'll come often. They're gonna do whatever they can to upset the apple cart. Jamie Lee, it's just and you just sign your life away, singing the safety plan. Yep, signing the safety plan. I spent the entire weekend researching. That's all you can do, Dusty. Just keep researching. And Francesca says, yeah, they got him with the safety. They got you with the safety plan. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. That's just, and once they get your kids on the treadmill for CPS, it's months because, and Melissa, you have these numbers, don't you? Hey, how long are they? They're keeping these kids for what? A minimum of 6-8 months, something like that. I think funding is, coming out of Social Security Administration, isn't it? Yeah, Social Security Administration, Title IV, Title IV money. Yeah, the minimum 6 months, but it's going to take at least a year because they get money. They get money for this. It could last up to 22 months. Yeah, and we are all human. You're right. Funding is a year. Title IV funding. It's Title IV money, and it comes from Social Security, and it's a multi-billion, and that's with a B, dollar industry. These people are making money hand over fist. They get bonuses as soon as they take a child out of the house, by the way. I don't know who gets the bonus, but I know the federal government kicks out bonuses for every child that is actually removed out of the home and placed into the program. And I'm not sure if it's placed into a family member's custody or foster care, or or a completely separate, unrelated foster care, or foster care home or facility. I don't know when their bonus comes in, but I know they get bonused. And let's talk about these court-appointed attorneys. Let's talk about these people, and I use that word loosely. These people are people trying to build a career, or they're on the tail end of their career, I guess. They raise their hand, they swear an oath to the bar, and they basically are vowing to protect the bar and the court at all costs. That's just what they do. So they're not there for you folks. I got news for you. They're there to protect the court. They're not there. They're not there for any reason other than to protect the court and to build a career, or to help, get clients or whatever it is. But those attorneys, the court-appointed attorneys, are also paid out of that Title IV money. So, everybody gets paid out of that Title IV. Your CPS workers, your CPS supervisors, the county supervisors, they all get paid out of that Title IV funding. I'm not sure if the district attorney gets paid out of it, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, yeah, they do. Or the money to pay them comes to the county, and then the county pays them. So yeah, all these people get paid out of that Title IV money. That's why I'm saying it's billions of dollars, folks, billions of dollars. Slow it down. Slow this flow down. And how do you do that? By not talking to them, by not getting involved with these fools. Don't open your doors. Don't run them over if they step in front of you. I mean, but just don't talk to them. Francesca, I want to fire, and we're talking about attorneys here, I guess. I want to fire mine, but it's not for the best to represent yourself. You're absolutely correct. I represented myself, and they took everything from me. I mean, they took everything from me. I'm ex-military. I'm ex-Air Force. I'm ex-Air Force air traffic controller. I was cocky. I was arrogant. I thought I was smart, but not up against these guys. They got this game mastered. And like I said, they're going to do everything they can to make sure you're fighting the wrong fight. They make you think that this is an actual fight over here, and that's not the fight you should be fighting. They want you to concentrate on, and they keep throwing those allegations in your face, keep making you want to prove that it's not true. Well, that they could care less about that after the first or second court hearing. I mean, at that point, they don't give a shit. It's all about how long they can keep you on the treadmill now. And these court hearings, these court hearings are absolutely amazing. If you have an attorney or don't have an attorney, it doesn't matter. I went through 2 court-appointed attorneys. I had one attorney. This guy was more concerned about building his law firm's criminal side of the law firm, and he just didn't come to my court hearings. He was assigned to me on the first day, and then he missed like 2 or 3 in a row. I mean, he just didn't show up. And I asked for another attorney. I was denied by that judge. I was denied. And I was told to basically just work it out with him. And then the next judge, I guess my attorney that I didn't want anymore, he went into court that morning and said, look, I want off this case. I'm too busy or whatever it was. And the judge approved it. So they gave me another court-appointed attorney. And excuse me. And they continued it again. I'm 6'7", 300 pounds, 325 pounds. I'm a good sized guy. I mean, I'm just a big, I'm what is referred to as a big boy. All right. And my attorney is, the second attorney they gave me is 5'1", and probably maybe 90 some pounds wet, soaking wet. I swear the suit that he had on made him hunch over because the suit was too heavy for him to wear or something. This guy had what I call is Napoleon syndrome, short man syndrome. Oh my God, he was just a pain in the butt. I mean, that man, and he quit the second day that he worked for me. I don't know what it was. I mean, I asked him if he needed a chair to stand next to me in court because it was embarrassing standing to somebody, next to somebody that short. My wife had him beat, and my wife's short. She's only 5'4". My wife had him beat by at least a half a foot. I mean, that's what's so funny. Francesca, gals. She says, gals are better than the actual attorney. I'm sorry, they're not. I mean, gals are good people to have. The GAL is definitely somebody you want on your side. But in my case, our GAL was a retired DSS worker from the same DSS building that our caseworkers and supervisors were from. So in other words, she was friends with everybody. She was friends with everybody over there. She did everything with them. They were on Facebook together. I mean, they're friends on Facebook and everything. So yeah, my GL was a POS. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to give names, but yeah, she spent 35 years with the office, DSS or CPS office that was handling our case. But yeah, so where was I? Yeah, the attorneys but everybody's paid out of the same monies. The money comes in and they just divert it to different directions, 500 directions. And there is a way that you can check it out. I don't know how you can track the money, but I'm sure there's a way to track the money. Is that Lita, my country are out of court appointed lawyers. My county is out of court appointed attorneys. They keep giving us different court dates. We need these. We need these babies home yesterday. Lita, I agree. I mean, and that's another thing but the court cases that they're so fast and furious. I mean, you don't even know what was just said. I don't know how many times I stood there. And like I said, I was acting as my own attorney. I mean, I didn't know my butt from my elbow. And I mean, they were so fast about it. It's really wild. I mean, your attorney says, I don't disagree, I don't agree, or I don't disagree, or I agree. And next thing you know, everybody's walking out of the damn courtroom and you're standing up at the table still, the defense table. And you're going, what just happened? And you expect your attorney to explain to you what just happened. They go, oh, it's okay. You got to trust me. I've done this before. It's all right. You know, they just, yeah, I mean, yeah, you just stand there going, what the heck was that? You know, what we agree to, what we disagree to. And folks, don't forget these court appointed attorneys. Once you use them in court, they have what they call implied consent. And they will use it. And what that means is they are your mouthpiece. What they agree to, what they don't agree to, they're speaking for you. So, I mean, it's just the way it goes. I don't know if you guys know this about my show, but I'm actually associated with Mr. Vincent Davis, an attorney at law. Go look at some of his shows. He's got a lot of videos. He's got a lot of information on those videos. The man has been doing this for 35 years. Give the man a call. He is a wealth of knowledge. He has forgotten more about fighting CPS than 90% of us. Also, check out Melissa. Melissa, put your information in there as far as your show, and I'll send these folks over to watch you, days and hours and everything. And yeah, go watch Melissa's show. Watch Mr. Davis's show. There's a lady we call Miss G or Mrs. G. I think I've only watched like one or two of her shows. But she seems pretty knowledgeable. I mean, she works with Mr. Davis, so and I don't see Mr. Davis picking somebody stupid to work with him. But yeah, so I mean, go see their shows. Also, go see this guy on TikTok, Malibu Dallas. Look it up, Malibu Dallas. He just seems like he's smart, and he seems like he's got a lot of information. And I don't know exactly what his story is, if he's been through this. I don't know if he's lost his kids or got his kids back or what put him on this path, or what put him on his path to fight CPS the way he does. But he is pretty well known on Facebook for fighting CPS. So go check out Malibu Dallas also. So you got Vincent Davis, you got Melissa, and Melissa's show is called Are You a CPS Victim Like Me? And it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it's on at 12 Central Standard Time. So go check Melissa's show out. This woman knows how to run a show. She knows what she's talking about. She has great guests. She's got this down pat. She's really good. So yeah. Dallas was a foster child, according to Melissa. He was a foster child, and that's how he got fighting CPS. But anyways, Melissa, I heard she's going to have Dallas come on her show or do an interview with her or something like that. Like I said, go see Malibu Dallas on TikTok, and definitely go see Vincent Davis, and definitely go see Melissa's show. And you go look at how to hold on one second. Let me look this up real quick. I'll give you some information here. See if I can get you guys started in the right direction here. If you go to see, oh no, I don't want voice. I don't want voice. I don't want voice. I don't want voice. Okay, sorry about that. If you look up CPS Defense Strategy Consultant Vincent Davis, and you'll find that they have all kinds of shows underneath him. I mean, he's got all kinds of shows. He's got, and I'm gonna look up some of these shows for him. He does these little shorts, which are full of information. He does his own videos. He does his own hour shows. But yeah, so yeah, go see Vincent Davis, and I'm gonna see if I can find his phone number here real quick. 1 second. Let me see if I can get his number. But I know it's 888. 888. I don't know what the heck that is. That comments covering, they're covering his phone number. Oh, I don't know what's going on here, but the comments are covering his phone number up. I don't know why they're doing that. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. Relatives Fight CPS, 888-888-6582. And ask, but yeah, that's 888-888-6582. And that's that's his phone number. And you can call and you can set up consultations. You can visit with the guy. He will actually, it's real talk with Mrs. G and the gang. Juvenile dependency, child protective services, CPS defense strategies consultant Vincent Davis. These are all names of his shows. Law offices Vincent W. Davis. The reality series CPS, the horror stories. Relatives Fight CPS. There's Fight CPS in New York, or a New York edition, something like that. But yeah, they're all over the place. So, I mean, go look at their shows. But you definitely have to check them out, because, I mean, there's a lot of knowledgeable people out there trying to help you folks. Just jump on the bandwagon. Listen to what they have to say. You know, I'm not a smart guy by any means. I mean, all I can do is I was smart enough to see some of their tricks and their tactics and some of their traps. And I felt like I needed to share it with y'all. But like I said, I mean, you got Mrs. G. You know, like I said, Mr. Davis is not going to hire stupid people, and I know she works for him directly. So go see Mrs. G's show. That is Real Talk with Mrs. G and the gang. And I know she always has guests on there, and she usually has some pretty top-notch guests. You notice I do all the talking here, so I don't have guests. I'm just not that good. Go see Melissa. Melissa always has top line guest. You know, are you a CPS victim like me? And like I said, she's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's 12 o'clock Central Time. So if you're on the East Coast, you got to figure that out. If you're on the West Coast, you got to figure that out. But yeah, go see these people. But anyways, like I said, folks, this is my last show. I'm actually being eliminated because I have a job now. I actually have to get paid. My wife, let me give you a little backstory. My wife was the breadwinner in the family. She worked for the U.S. Postal Service. I was a stay-home dad. Like I said, we're 30 years difference in age. I'm 60, she's 30. I met her when she was 20 years old. She met me when she was 50, or when I was 50 years old. So yeah, I mean, I got from my older buddies, I got a bunch of high fives and chest bumps. I mean, it was great, but I don't recommend it to anybody. I mean, if you have a 30-year-old chasing you and you're in your 60s or 50s, run the other way. Just run the other way. Do not, and I repeat, do not make that mistake. But yeah, but anyway, so now but I had brain surgery. They cut my skull open and gave me a craniotomy, and pulled out a big old mass that I had on my brain. And it all happened right after my daughter was born. My daughter was born on January 14th, 2022. I had this done a month later. I came home from the hospital, and a month after that, my wife went back to work because her maternity leave was over. So while I was learning how to walk and talk and actually control my body again after the craniotomy and the tumor removal, I was watching my daughter. My wife went back to work and she became the breadwinner, and I became the stay-at-home dad. And I did that 6 days a week because the post office was making her work 6 days a week. It could be anywhere from 6 hours to as many as 12 hours a day for the post office. So, yeah, I mean, that's my background. And so now, after fighting CPS, and thank God the post office, and my wife, I mean, she kept her job while it all was there. She kept her job while we went through all of this, which is rare. Usually everybody that's involved with CPS is going to lose because of the time that it's required to do this. The time that's required just for code alone will make you lose your job if they're sticklers for attendance. Adori, is that how you say it? Adori? Hello, I need help. I'm fighting CPS, and they're doing illegal things to me. Really? Shocker. Calm. If you scroll up, Adori, get a hold of Grace, our producer. You can send Grace an email, and she'll be more than happy to try to get you some help. But there are a lot of people on here, and you can email me and anybody. It doesn't matter if I'm doing this show or not. I'm wide open to helping anybody. My email is NC, and then my last name, BARTZ, NC, BARTZ, @outlook.com. Email me, and I'll even give you all my personal phone number. My personal phone number is 704-477-9992. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, call me, text me, email me. I'm here for the fight. I mean, I'll fight in the background. I don't necessarily need to be on this show to fight, because I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep kicking teeth in. I'm going to keep pissing these people off. I'm going to keep making them mad. I'm going to keep letting them know that I'm there. I'm not going away. They destroyed my life. They took my family. They took my daughter. Unbelievably took my daughter. They took my wife. They took my home. They took my existence. They took my manhood. I mean, folks, I mean, they took so much from me that I was broken. I was broken in half. I stuck a barrel of a pistol in my mouth. I mean, that's how, and thank God it was, it was a dud round, or I wouldn't be talking to you. I mean, that's how bad they destroyed me. And I mean, it's so, if you can avoid these people, avoid them. I just, they will strip you of everything you love and hold dear. And it's like these folks almost get a kick out of it. It's like they enjoy this shit. I can't figure that out. That blows my mind. And yes, Grace, I know I cussed, and I'm not supposed to cuss. I'm sorry, but it's my last day. What are you gonna do? Fire me? But anyways, like I said, folks, This was my last hour with you. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody's comments. You have my email address now. You have my phone number now. And please, and this is recorded, so you can come back and play it all the time. If you need to get my information, please reach out to me. I'll get you headed in the right direction. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you where to find the answer. I live here in North Carolina, so, and I know everybody else is spread out across the country. Ohio, Maine, Michigan, Alabama, Florida. They're all evil. I mean, they're all basically the same. But yeah, so reach out to me and I can point you in. I mean, I can at least point you in the direction to get the help you want or the help you need, or okay, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I gave you some names and some people to help you. The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win, that's Mr. Davis's show. Give him a call. He'll actually let you set an appointment, and will consult with you and give you a strategy or something like that. I don't know exactly what they do. I've never personally sat down and called the man to set an appointment or consult with him, but his number is 888-888-6582. Give Mr. Davis a call. Check him out. Check out Melissa. Check out all the other shows. Mrs. G show, You're Beautiful but Destroyed by CPS. Just don't stop fighting, people. Do not stop. Like I said, I stuck a pistol in my mouth. I swear to God, it was over. I was broke. I was broken. I was done. They took everything that I had in my life, from my dignity to my manhood to my child to my wife. They took everything from me. All right. They took everything from me. This show saved my life. Mr. Davis and this show saved my life. I went on Mr. Davis's show and told my story. And yeah, I had him cracking up, and I was trying to be funny, but I'm the kind of guy that hides behind humor, if that makes sense. And I had him cracking up, and then I just happened to disclose that I was going to eat a bullet that day, just the day that I called him. And he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at that time. And he said, "Well, you're here for bigger things, Mr. Bartz." He says, "So why don't you join me and make this your bigger thing and start helping people?" And so he basically saved my life. He really did. So, I mean, I owe him for that. And I'll never stop owing him for that. All right. But anyways, so look them up. They're good people. They're here to help you. They're not going to hurt you. Check your egos at the door. Be willing to listen. Be willing to implement or at least try some of the information they give you. This requires self-confidence, people. If you don't have self-confidence, get yourself a support staff or a support group of people behind you. I don't care if it's one person. I don't care if it's 1,500 people. Get a support team behind you. Love you guys. I'm sorry that I have to do this, but I need the job. The bills around here need to get paid, because if you think my future ex-wife is going to pay my bills for me, you guys are crazy. That's why they call them exes. But anyways, I got my daughter home, so don't. Peggy Witt, my phone number is 704-477-9992. And I'll be more than happy to send you a Melissa's phone number. So give me a call. Let me see if I got Melissa's phone number here. Hold on one second. I can tell you Melissa's phone number real quick. I have it right here. Peggy, get ready to write. Here's her phone number. 251. That's area code 251-727-0402. That's 251-727-0402. You got it? Okay. All right, people. Let me get out of here. I'm going to quit wasting your time and quit chatting just because I want to chat. like I said, God bless everybody. I don't know if you all have faith or if you're religious by any means, but keep the faith. Because if it hadn't been for Mr. Davis and his crew and giving me a direction to get, my frustrations, get my story out and be heard and all that stuff. Because I mean, I was so broken, like I said, I was going to call it quits. And I'm glad that it went the way it did, because 2 weeks later, my daughter came home. 2 weeks later, when I thought it was the end and I thought it was over with and I thought I would never get my daughter back, 2 weeks later, she actually came home. So don't give up. Keep fighting. All right. Love y'all. I'm going to miss y'all. Reach out to me. Email me. Text me. Call me. It doesn't matter. Reach out to people on the different shows and they'll get back to me. I promise you. They're good people. They're here to help. They're not here to trip you up or cause you pain or issues. Just remember, I'm not an attorney. Melissa's not an attorney. All right. I just want to let y'all know, love you and going to miss you. Grace, can you start the music, please, babe?